I swear we belong, I'm still hanging on, but something brings me back to you.
Good morning, Brother Larry.
Good morning, Gabby.
Thanks for squeezing us in. Are you ready for this?
I think so. Let's go.
Great. You recently retired from St. Edward's, where you worked as a campus minister. What have you been up to these days?
Well, since retirement, I'm on the board of directors of the Alumni Association and also on the board of directors of San Juan Diego Catholic High School. But since the COVID, not much is going on here on campus.
What makes you feel most at peace?
Oh, definitely the mornings. That's when I'm motivated the most.
And what do you miss the most about being on the Hilltop?
Oh, definitely the people.
Do you have a favorite on-campus spot?
Right here.
And how did you first learn about St. Edward's?
Well, I was assigned here as a brother. We were assigned to different colleges, and they thought I would be a good fit here at St. Edward's.
What did you study at St. Edward's?
I was a French major and a history minor.
Do you have a favorite French saying?
Yes, I do, and it is, "Je n'ai pas le temps de m'intéresser dans des choses qui m'intéressent pas," which means I don't have time to get involved in things that I'm not interested in. I just like how it sounds.
What inspired you to pursue French as a major?
Well, I like languages, but my mother, whenever she didn't want me to understand, would always start speaking in French. And so I told her, "Ma, someday I'm going to learn French so that I can understand all the good stuff that you're saying."
What spot in France do you consider a must-see?
Other than Paris, the small towns.
Looking back at your time at St. Ed's, what was the university like when you were a student?
It was much smaller. It was very personal. There were the late 60s, so there was a lot of changes. And women had just started coming to St. Ed, so it was a very exciting time.
What are some of the activities you participated in?
Well, I was in the student government as representing the brothers. I remember the spring fling, and I was also involved in the intramurals.
What's your favorite Hilltop tradition?
Oh, the Festival of Lights, for sure.
We're currently celebrating Founders Day, so let's talk about Holy Cross and some of its founders.
Sure.
When did you first hear about Holy Cross?
When I was 18 and looking for what I was going to do for college.
Can you tell us more about the connection between France and Holy Cross?
Oh yeah, there's a big connection. Holy Cross was founded in France, and so United States was a missionary period at that time. So it is very much what our foundings are, and our first institutions are still there in Le Mans, France.
What is the 200th anniversary of the Holy Cross we're celebrating?
This is the 200th anniversary, and it's very important for the brothers because 200 years ago, actually on July 15th, 1820, the first brother arrived to become a candidate for the Brothers of St. Joseph. And thus began the beginning of Holy Cross and the brothers and the priests together.
Have you noticed any changes in Holy Cross?
Oh yes, very much. We're much more global now than they were. When I came in a little bit earlier, it was predominantly American, and now it's much more international.
How do they affect SCU?
I think it is going to affect St. Ed's because you're going to eventually see Holy Cross from different parts of the world. They might be Bengalis or Indians, South Americans, Africans that are here as teachers and staff members.
Were you religious growing up?
Yeah, I was. I went to Catholic grade school and Catholic high school and involved in my church.
What inspired you to become a Holy Cross brother?
Well, I think I was inspired by the sisters that taught me, and when I was looking at becoming a teacher, I found out about Holy Cross and about brothers, and I thought, let me give it a try. It sounds like it can meet a lot of my interests.
How old were you when you started thinking about becoming a brother?
Just 18, yeah.
And is there an aspect of brotherhood that you're most passionate about?
I like the community part. I think the community aspect, in addition to ministry and the prayer, is very important. But community is, I think, that makes us do things together, working together, living together, praying together. That's a tremendous sense of support.
How has the on-campus presence of the brothers changed?
Well, it's changed a lot because when I was here, there was a dominance of brothers. They were not only the professors, but the residence hall directors and the athletic director and librarians and all of that. So there are fewer brothers here.
If you hadn't become a brother, what would you be up to now?
I still think I would have become a teacher. I was very interested in that, particularly special education.
Do you have a favorite saint?
Yeah, I have my favorite saint is my patron saint, St. Lawrence. The reason why I like him because there's a great story about him is that he was martyred and he was grilled on a gridiron, and he had such great faith is that he said, "Okay, I'm done on this side. You can turn me over." And so that's an apocryphal story, but it is interesting. But really, the reason why I like him the best is that he had control of the treasury of the church. And whenever the emperor or the king asked him to bring all the treasure of the church to him the next day, he went in and gathered all the poor and the sick people and brought them and said, "Here's the treasure of the church." I think that was great.
Do you have a favorite pope?
Yeah, John the 23rd. He started Vatican II, and I thought he began great changes that were needed in the church.
Who do you relate to the most? Edward Sorin, Blessed Basil Moreau, or Father Jacques Dujarier?
I think Jacques Dujarier now that we know a lot more about him, and Dujarier founded the Brothers, so there's certainly a special affection for him, and he's the one who really started what became Holy Cross.
Okay, let's bring this back to you, Brother Larry.
Okay.
Where were you born?
I was born in Fitchburg, Mass, outside of Boston.
What's your favorite place in Boston?
Well, of course, Fenway Park, the home of the Boston Red Sox.
What do you miss about living there?
I miss the seafood and the ocean.
Do you have a favorite Patriots moment?
The Super Bowls, plural.
What was the move from Boston to Austin like?
It was a big change from the culture of New England to the culture of Texas. And it was terrific. It was almost like coming to another country.
What's your most Bostonian trait?
I think the love of seafood and love of the ocean and probably bland food, as somebody told me.
What was your favorite place in Austin back then?
Well, there's a place called the Nighthawk, and it was on the corner of South Congress and Riverside. It's a law firm now, but it was one of the few places that was open late at night.
What's your favorite place in Austin now?
I think overlooking the Pennypacker Bridge up on that hill and overlooking the river and the bridge and the golf course.
Do you know your Zodiac sign?
Yes, I do. I'm a Cancer.
And do you have a favorite artist?
Yes, I like the Impressionists, so Monet, of course, is the favorite. I also like Van Gogh and the Dutch masters like Vermeer.
What's a song you can listen to on repeat?
Oh, that's an easy one. It is the Led Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven.
Are you a reader?
Yeah, I am. I always like to have a novel going.
What's the last thing you read?
Well, I'm currently reading the book Hamilton. I saw the play on video, and I was so impressed with it I had to read the book.
What's a book you think everyone should read?
Oh, for students and for anybody. The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, and also Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince by Saint-Exupéry.
What was your favorite film growing up?
Oh, it was The Wizard of Oz.
And who would you want to play you in a movie?
I think probably Matt Damon or now John Krasinski, because I've seen him in that Netflix series, Jack Ryan, and I thought it was great. And I think either one of those could play the nerdy role that I would be, as part of my life.
What's your favorite place you've traveled to?
Oh, Italy. Italy is my favorite. India has been the most fascinating.
What's the next place on your bucket list?
Oh, I want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. That's the next whenever this gets better here.
And for our last question, do you have a favorite kind of dessert?
Oh yeah, anything chocolate, but of course, needless to say, Boston cream pie or an eclair would be my favorite. Third would be a cannoli.
What is something every student should do well on the Hilltop?
Well, I would say take advantage of this campus. Look at how beautiful this campus is. And not only do you want to learn a lot, but you want to enjoy this idyllic experience while you have it. You won't have this other parts of your life.
If you could only use one word to describe your SU experience, what would it be?
Magnifique.
Let's talk about what life after St. Ed's has been like for you. What's a highlight in your career you're most proud of?
I think the event that I'm the most proud of is the creation and establishment of the Moreau House community here on campus. It was a community for male students, and it was based on spirituality, service, and community. And to watch those young men grow as students and as human beings was just a terrific experience. And I stay in touch with a good number of them.
What inspired you to give your time, talent, and treasure to St. Edward's?
Well, I've been here for 19 years, and I've seen where the money goes. I've seen the effects that opportunities that is given to students who want to go on the spring break service experiences and campus ministry, or to provide opportunities to do service locally. I've seen what happens when you give money to Recwell. I've seen what you can offer as scholarships to students, and I've seen what some of the camp programs have been able to do with the money. So I know that the money is well used.
How have you shared your talents with the community?
I think I have tried to be a good representative of Holy Cross and of campus ministry, and that was my goal.
What are some of the ways in which you've given your time?
I used to volunteer a lot, and we were involved in the Moreau House service program, which was called Egg Ministry. And I have given a lot of time to a lot of campus events and a lot of the alumni events.
What programs on campus do you support with your treasure?
I have the opportunity to support scholarships, campus ministry, and Recwell.
Why is it important for students and alumni to give back to the Hilltop?
I think there's a connection. I think it's kind of a spiritual connection. It's not only monetary, it's important for the university knows that the people who are here as students continue to be connected with the university, that they're living out the values that they learned here.
How do current students benefit from donations?
Students will have direct benefit from all of these donations. I've seen it happen.
And what advice would you have for the class of 2020, our most recent Alumni Association members?
I would say take advantage of the opportunities that are on campus, learn as much as you can, because you're going to be able to use that information later on. It might not be for 10, 20, maybe 30 years, but you'll use it. Take advantage of it now.
That concludes our 73 questions. Thanks for having us, Brother Larry.
Been great, Gabby. Thank you.